Hello everyone, my name is Keitaro and I am the manager of Morisawa's type design team. Despite becoming familiar with online meeting due to the pandemic, I really would have preferred seeing you guys face to face. But since that's not possible, I will continue looking forward to the day I finally get to see everyone here in the ATypI community in real life. But for now, I hope that you can bear with me speaking to my microphone. In this session, we will talk about Kana, which is a type of character used in Japan, and show you some demonstration videos in between. I really hope that today we can strike your interest towards the Japanese language. Various topics on the Japanese language have been covered in last year's ATypI Tokyo, so I hope that our presentation today will be helpful when reviewing last year's archive. The topics we will cover today are how Kana has evolved from Kanji, the beauty of Kana in vertical writing, and maybe you can even pick up a word or two in Japanese. From here, my colleague Karin will take over the details.
Hello, my name is Karine, and I'll be taking over from here. To start off, let me briefly explain to you how Japanese works. There are roughly two types of characters in Japanese, kanji and kana. Kanji characters were first introduced from China, which later became widely used in Japan. Each character is not only an ideogram, but also has different meanings attached to it. For example, words such as flower or bird can be represented by a single character. On the other hand, kana are phonetic characters that are based on kanji. In detail, there are two types of kana: katakana, which are made by taking a single part of kanji, and hiragana, which are made by simplifying a kanji. Today I'll focus more on hiragana. Unlike kanji, one single character of kana does not hold a meaning, which I think in this sense is quite similar to the English alphabet. Anyway, today we use kanji and kana combined. It is often written and read horizontally from left to right. However, text can also be read vertically from top to bottom and from right to left. This style has been used in Japan for a very long time and is still quite pervasive. For example, it is still very common that vertical typesetting is used in Japanese language textbooks and Japanese literature books. Besides this, it is also sometimes used in paper magazines and ebooks. Now let me explain how Kana, a character unique to Japan, was born. Here's a collection of old Japanese poetry from the 9th century, which was later revived in the 11th century. The letters are beautifully written on gorgeously decorated paper. The Japanese characters used today are written in this calligraphic style of that time. What I want you to notice is how these letters are connected by these long lines. This is due to the movement of the brush, which we call renmen. In Japanese, renmen directly translates to a string of cotton, and its meaning derives from a string of fibers when you lift a pile of cotton. Since this is an old style of writing, not a lot of people can read this very well. Regardless, I'm sure many will be able to feel the roots of Japanese writing. Going much further back in Japanese history when these characters did not exist in Japan, people used only kanji, which were adopted from Chinese characters. Because the spoken language was different between China and Japan, kanji alone could not express all of spoken Japanese. This led to the creation of a new writing method where specific characters represented specific Japanese sounds. These characters were called manyogana. The manyogana and kanji were used together for writing. Manyogana was used as a phonetic character that represents only sound, regardless of the meaning of the kanji. This invention has allowed people to write Japanese properly as to how it is spoken. As it spread across Japan, it continued its path of evolution. Through writing these characters with brushstrokes, it later developed into a more curvy and simplified shape to become the phonetic characters that we use today, which are the 46 characters of Kana, independent from kanji. Now, let's have a look at a demonstration of how kanji transformed into hiragana. This demonstration is by Hiroyuki Masuda, a type designer from Morisawa who has also held a workshop at ATypI Tokyo last year. I hope that this rings a bell for some of you. Here are two kanji characters. Can you guess what this would mean? Let me give you a hint. It is a type of food with 2 syllables. I'm sure some of you can guess it right. Let's have a look at how these 2 kanji evolved into hiragana and see what the answer is. The first character is su, and the second character is shi, which makes sushi. Just in case if some of you don't know what sushi is, it is a very popular Japanese dish where a slice of raw fish is placed on top of vinegared rice. It is delicious, and it is also my favorite food. Getting back on topic, here are now 2 kanas which write sushi. Sushi can be written in kanji, but it is also sometimes written in hiragana for friendlier purposes. With that as an example, all hiragana characters have their roots in kanji, and they have different shapes depending on the period and the way they're written. From here, I'll show you a simple demonstration of a Japanese language when it comes to greetings. Please pay attention to the continued renmen lines. This is konnichiwa, which translates to hello. This is omotenashi, a word for hospitality. It is also the official catchphrase of the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games. I cannot wait for that to happen soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. To summarize, Kana is a character written with a brush moving rhythmically. In the process of writing words with a brush, Kana characters are connected to each other, creating a beautiful flow of brushstrokes called renmen. There are many fonts that try to reproduce such continuous renmen lines, one of which is a font called Michikusa, which I have put up on the screen here. This font uses the OpenType feature to implement the unique Japanese writing style with various alternates and ligatures for vertical typesetting. As I may have mentioned before, there are a total of 46 characters of Kana, so you can imagine there is a very large number of patterns. Using fonts like this, it is possible to reproduce the continuous body characteristic of renmen according to the context. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Now let me hand the mic back to Keitaro.
Thank you, Karen and Hiroyuki. Finally, let's look at just one more word in Japanese. ありがとう。Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again in Japan.